Dr. Chopra, it's so nice to have you in Egypt. I'm so happy you're here. And you're probably the first guest that I don't have to introduce. Everybody is in love with you. Everybody knows about you. Everybody is writing how your books have changed their lives, which is great. So I'm so honored that you're here. So I was just talking that the first book I read for you more than, I don't know, like more than 20 years ago, or 30 years ago, is this 7 Spiritual Laws of Success. So and then lately your recent book is Meta-Human, right? So tell us a little bit about your journey from this to Meta-Human.
Well, the 7 Spiritual Laws of Success define success as the progressive realization of worthy goals, the ability to have love and compassion, and also how to get in touch with your creative center. Meta-Human is the next, I believe, evolutionary leap from humans to, I would say, a non-local identity in which we have the unleashing of dormant non-local potentials beyond our contemporary way of understanding this reality as a projection of our senses. We have the ability to tap into a non-local domain of experience where we can experience so-called extrasensory perception, knowledge of the past, of the future, to actually realize that we are not our body or our mind or the experience of the world, but a more fundamental, spaceless, timeless, inconceivable, imperceivable consciousness that projects itself as the changing experience of the mind, body, and the universe. So as we tap into that potential, I think we'll realize in one way or another that the essential being that we are is not in the realm of what we call the theater of space-time and causality, that even the theater of space-time and causality is a projection of a non-local identity that is beyond space and time, and that's our real home, beyond birth and death.
So it's fascinating, of course, what you're saying, but to the normal person, like a lot of people yesterday were asking me, if we want to begin accessing this realm, what's the first step we can do?
Practice self-inquiry, practice mindful awareness of the body, mindful awareness of mental space, awareness of relationship, but ultimately transcend the 5 senses, which requires deep meditation.
So the meditation would be the first step.
Meditation not as a system of thought, but as something that allows you to go beyond all systems of thought. Scientific thought, religious thought, and cultural thought. You have to go because
So go beyond the boundaries of thought.
Yeah, because no system of thought can give you access to reality. You have to go to the source of thought.
Yeah, and I know it in all your teachings that you talk about that we're a soul in a physical body having this experience.
Yeah, actually we are not in a physical body. The physical body is in the soul, is an experience of the soul.
That's even more complicated now.
You're not in the body is in you. You're not in the mind is in you.
So I'm experiencing...
You're not in the universe is in you. You recycle yourself as mind, body, and the universe as a concept. This is a social construct, a human construct.
In general, I'm thinking within that line of thought, let's say, I'm thinking that my soul is here to have an experience, right?
Yes.
You can begin by saying that, right?
It's
not wrong to say that. You're having a human experience.
Yeah, not a crocodile experience or a mosquito experience.
Oh, exactly.
Because those are also experiences.
Okay, 100%, I believe that. But let's say I'm having this human experience, and in my book, this experience, I need you to clarify if it's already predetermined, or how do I know that I'm fulfilling the path this experience is supposed to take me?
99% of the experiences is not experience of freedom because it's determined by social constructs or human constructs. There is maybe a small group of people, let's call them sages or psychotics or geniuses, and they have broken through the window of determinism into the opportunity for creativity and freedom. Yes.
Okay, so I know that we're very, very lucky that Sky Innovo is a pioneer in bringing someone like you and the whole sort of well-being and planning real estate with that intention. And we're very grateful. And we want to ask you, what would a project that has this aspect of well-being add to the person? Like, I'm thinking, why would someone do that?
Well, there are two things. One is wellness, which is literally things like your blood pressure, your heart rate variability, your immune system, your body temperature regulation, hormone levels. An environment can create that for you through technologies, through the right kind of lighting, through the right kind of space, through the introduction of biophilia or natural environments within the building space itself. And so also things like air filtration, water quality, healthy food, all that can be incorporated into a wellness space. But a well-being space goes beyond that. It touches the deepest aspirations of the human spirit, our longing to find out who we are, what we really want in the deeper reality, what is the purpose of our existence, and what is the meaning of birth and death. So we're taking baby steps. First, wellness, and then well-being.
But it's interesting, but not a lot of people know that the space they live within affects their energy or their well-being.
Well, you put a rabbit in a vacuum, it dies. You put a plant in a vacuum, it dies. You put them both together, they thrive. So there's no such thing as an environment. The environment is your extended body.
Yeah, you mentioned that. And once you mentioned that grounding is very important for like everyone to walk on land, or not on tile and that. So within that project, there's a lot of stuff in it, like...
Well, you can create grounding devices. So you could be sitting on this chair on the 20th floor of a building, but there could be a wire that connects to the grounding wire of the outlet. So you could be connected to the earth no matter where you are.
Interesting.
And with that technology, when you're connected to the earth, then negative ions come from the earth and they get rid of the excess free radicals that are responsible for inflammation and interfere with self-regulation. So walking on the ground, walking on the beach, walking on the earth, in a forest, inhaling the air of a forest. In Japan, they call it forest bathing, touching a tree. All these connect you with the battery that we call earth. Your body is also a battery. So your body as a battery and the earth as a battery should be synchronized. Now we have technologies to do that as well.
I think you created a chair in Chopra Center that is grounded.
Yeah.
So you're going to include that in the project?
We can. Chair, mats, all kinds of seating places can help you ground to the earth. Yes.
Okay, I think because we're tight on time and your time is very valuable. Just one last question, because what I love is your attitude towards life, that not to take life so seriously, and that the biggest thing we can do for ourselves is to have joy. So for Deepak Chopra, what's joy for you?
Joy is no resistance, no defenses, no seeking. Just this moment as it is.
And play? What is play for Deepak Chopra?
Play is flow. So, if you do a scale of well-being, some people are in the survival mode, some people are adapting, some people are thriving, some people are flourishing, some people are flowing, and some people are awake. So, in between, as the journey proceeds, play is the most important thing.
Yeah.
Children play.
Yes, and no one knows that. We become too serious and we become too stressed and lack of sleep. So I hope a development like Sky Innovo can allow people spaces where they can sleep and not be stressed and basically probably sit there and do nothing. I remember on one of your interviews you mentioned your son was looking at people sitting and what are they doing? And you told him they're doing nothing. And he was amazed. He doesn't know the concept of like sitting and doing nothing.
Nothing is the home of everything.
Exactly. Thank you so much for your time and for being here. We're blessed. We're really blessed. And hope to see you here again.
Yes, of course.
I hope you liked it and you can come back.
Yes.
Thank you, Dr. Chopra. Thank you.